Our next story is from Iran. In a country where dissent can mean death, the youngest are taking on the mightiest. Schoolgirls are protesting against the authorities. In fact, they have become one of the biggest challenges for the Iranian regime. Schoolgirls are openly protesting against Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. They are tearing up his photographs, even stomping on them, and they are unafraid of the consequences. On Gravitas tonight, we ask you whether what's happening in Iran is still a protest or is it fast transitioning into a revolution?
Revolutions often start with protests, with photos like these. These students should ideally be studying, but they feel compelled to use their blackboards as a medium to demand change. Many have stepped out of their classrooms to confront and chase school officials. The protests in Iran have moved past the burning of hijabs, chopping off hair, and protesting the moral police. They have now become a call for change. A call for an end to the regime of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. These schoolgirls have become the face of the movement, also posing the biggest challenge to the Iranian regime. This image speaks for itself. Look at it closely. In Iran, dissent can mean death, but schoolgirls seem unafraid. They are openly protesting against the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, and the Islamic Republic's founder, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. They are chanting death to the dictator, even stomping on photos of the two. Here, their photo is being replaced by a slogan, Women, Life, Freedom, or Zan, Zindagi, Azadi. Iran has never seen anything like this at such a scale. Schoolgirls out on the streets, chanting, protesting, tearing up photos, and doing all of it without their hijab. This is what Iran looks like today. The country's youngest are taking on the mightiest. Iran-born Hollywood actor and Lord of the Rings star Nazanin Banayadi says what's happening in Iran is a story of courage.
I can't help but think, I feel inspired and I can only draw strength from them because it's harrowing to watch, hugely inspiring. But my goodness, I've never seen this kind of courage.
The protest began with the death of a young woman in the custody of Iran's morality police. So far, the unrest has claimed over 75 lives. Over 1,500 people have been arrested. But there has been no turning back. Have these protests given rise to a revolution? It's hard to say what Iran may be heading toward.
I think the worry is that we've had uprisings in Iran once a decade, since 1999 in the student uprising in Iran, and 2009 with the Green Movement, and 2019 more recently. And every time they've been silenced and the security forces have won.
This time it's different. This time the protests are being led by women, by schoolgirls. The Iranian regime has blamed these protests on a foreign hand, on the West, even foreign enemies. It even arrested 9 European nationals for an alleged role in the protests. Will Iran also blame them for instigating young children? In Iran, the template for crackdown is a familiar one. In 1999, when students were protesting censorship, the state deployed the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Even the paramilitary volunteer force Basij. They were tasked with fighting the college students. This time the regime is facing a challenge from students who are much younger. Can the regime afford to fight school children by sending the Revolutionary Guards? This is what happened when a member of Basij made his way to a school to address the students. The girls took off their hijab and refused to cooperate. It's hard to say where Iran is headed. But what's happening in the country today is nothing short of historic. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.